Awesome. Welcome, guys. Hope you guys can hear me. Let me start the countdown timer and music. All right, so if you can see me live, please comment on the chat. And right now we're streaming on both YouTube and LinkedIn. So please comment on the chat, say hi, so that I know both channels can see me live. We're using new technology, trying to make sure everything works. All right, so I believe we are live. I can see comment on YouTube. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, Charlene. Hey guys, so excited to see all of you guys. Hey, this is Dr. Nancy Lee. I help people transition from worker bee to product manager and business leader. And everybody who is here, please make sure you introduce yourself. Where you from, what's your name, where you from, and do you have any upcoming interviews about product management, any questions you have, okay? At the same time, we'll also have a guest join us who is going to do live mock interview with me, so let's do this. And Supreme, so welcome. So I'm going to do some quick introduction and then we can get started, okay? Right now, you can just stay on mute. And in about 10 minutes, we can get started with your session. You can stay with me. Awesome. Okay, now, at the same time, let me just start introducing who we are, what we're doing. Awesome. Okay, great, cool. All right, so welcome who joined us. Simara and join us live, and what we are going to do today, quick introduction regarding today's agenda. Today we laser focus on how to ace the product design interview. I assume some of you guys have your upcoming interview, so please make sure to put your questions on the chat, and then we're going to do some live like coaching and also mock interviews. Okay, so quick introduction regarding Dr. Nancy Lee, what we are doing today. So my name is Dr. Nancy Lee. I have a program called Product Manager Accelerator. You can learn more on this website right now. And I've helped hundreds of product managers to become a product manager and thrive in the new job as well. And if you want to learn more about my program, feel free to go to this website, PM Accelerator, and go to drnancylee.com to learn more. And at the same time, let me also start sharing my deck and sharing some inspiring stories for everybody who has received coaching or free coaching from me on like YouTube or other places. You understand how we go through this process. Usually I'll tell you guys exactly the inspiring story so that you know what the upcoming ideas, how us people with your similar background can make it happen, what their specific strategies. Okay, so before we do mock interview, let's do this. I do want to introduce student A. If you are inside a PM Accelerator, you know who this person is. He's very like celebrity right now because he actually so far has broke all possible record ever in our program. Was because when student A got started, I really want to tell you his like challenges was because he was a consultant and only 2 years out of college. His bachelor degree was in like business and commerce, and he had Canadian work visa. Himself is a Chinese citizen. Okay, so when he started his product management journey, his biggest challenge was that, first of all, he didn't have like end-to-end product management experience because he was a consultant and he works for like EY, Deloitte, PwC, those kind of companies. And especially had very little years of experience given he just was a fresh graduate, but he has a really big dream. He really wanted to land a job offer as a product manager, and he also wants to try his best to join FAANG company, either now or sometime in the future. He gonna join those FAANG companies. Another big dream he had was that he actually want to move to the US. He currently lives in Canada. Like when you combine all three challenges in terms of product management experience and his total work experience and also the work visa, and people just feel like, wow, your goal is really high, given you want to join FAANG company as a product manager and also work in the US. And many mentors he had in the past was like, maybe you can do something else and take a detour. Eventually you can get there. But student A actually took very huge and massive action. What he, hold on, is my connected? Is my mic connected? One sec. But let me continue. Okay. But student A actually took a massive action in terms of how can he tap into the best outcome he had based on his prior experience. Eventually, he actually landed two offers, three offers, one from Microsoft, one from Tesla, and the other one is another like a data company work on blockchain related product and also receive US sponsorship. Okay, so I do want to tell you how he made it happen because I believe that lots of you guys had the same kind of experience. Okay, so what he did was that he started to spending lots of time to understand what does a product manager do and how his past 2 years experience as a consultant, how it's more relevant to product management. Even he didn't have end-to-end product management experience, but there's a lot of stories he can tell. And there's a lot of related digital product he had touched in the past 2 years as a consultant. So he started to create a story regarding his transferable skills as a product manager, step number one, okay? Step number two is that in order to get into the FAANG company, his strategy was that let's practice with startups first. So he started to like using startup for practice and then take massive action to apply for like 31 jobs. We have inside PM Accelerator, we have a specific rule called 31 jobs per weekend. Basically, he applied for 31 jobs over weekend and then multiple interviews and really took massive action, tried to use networking strategy to connect with as many product managers as possible within his target FAANG companies. Eventually then interviews and taking massive actions using the community network to practice mock interviews. Actually, he felt like the biggest value part of the PM Accelerator is actually the communities. So he leveraged community resources who already landed a job offer in Microsoft and helping him to continue to get into the FAANG journey. So not only eventually very happy actually. Not only he landed job offer in FAANG company and Tesla, those famous companies, he also got the US companies H1B sponsorship. So it's very, very proud. So takeaway for all of you guys is that you guys can make it happen as well. So number one, understand that. Never sell yourself short. Never listen to others saying that the challenges was too big. That's why you shouldn't push yourself really hard to achieve that. That was totally wrong. Okay. The second thing I want you guys to really understand is that your goals and effort need to be aligned. In order to really land the FAANG offer in big tech companies, you really need to use different strategies and put in different effort and associate with the right communities, continue to help you to improve to get into the next level. Okay, so I want all of you guys to make this as inspirations. Hopefully you can achieve your goal in terms of immigration, getting FAANG companies, and become a product manager as well. Okay, cool. All right, if you feel inspired, put in the chat and say inspires, and also tell me your background, your challenges as well. Put it in the chat, so I'm going to read all of this as well. And also quick reminder, anybody who is preparing for FAANG interviews, please make sure to go to this website, drnancylei.com/50FAANG. You can take a screenshot right now, and then to download the top 50 product manager interview questions database of FAANG companies, and those database and its latest interview questions that were used by my students. I want all of you guys to use the same exact resources to prepare for your FAANG interviews as well. All right. And also, quick reminder regarding who can get free coaching from me, such as today, like Simaprit join us today. And so how we select people is based on whoever has more likes and comments on my like YouTube channel and Instagram for sure, and also whoever actually did one-on-one donation to any of the nonprofit. So the way it works is that you donate $1, I donate at more than $1 for any educational nonprofit I support, because I'm a big believer of giving back as well. So you will be prioritized if you directly go to those places to support nonprofit. And also quick reminder, whoever is interested in PM Accelerator to get the same result as Adam, my students, feel free to go to this website and check out our masterclass to start learning for free as well. Okay, so now quick reminder, feel free to take a screenshot right now and feel free to join all the free groups to find your mock interview partners as well. Okay, so you do need lots of practices before you can land FAANG offers, non-FAANG offers, or even break into product management space. Okay, so take a screenshot right now and find your mock interview partners. Okay, so let me do this. Let me switch gears quickly, and so that oh, I forgot, my assistant forgot to show this actually. And actually, this is also quick offer celebration. And this is people insider PM Accelerator, the offers we received in a week. And so every week we celebrate offers. And right now, I know all of you guys asking this question saying, hey, Nancy, lots of company freeze hiring. Is there any opportunities out there? So I know the latest job interview opportunities and which company is hiring, which company not, which company just saying in general. So this is what we had last week, and those companies are still hiring, for example, like Tesla and also like Supermicro, and those are, and also someone also received offer from AppsG, which is like an educational company. So the different companies are still hiring. So I want you guys to pay close attention to companies that still have job openings right now and take massive action, take those spots before the true recession is coming. Okay. All right. So let's continue. And so let's go to this. Before we answer all the pre-submit questions, let's go to the mock interview session. Okay. So we're going to cover how to ace product design interviews, and let's have our guest to unmute yourself. And yes, you're right here. Can you let me do this? Let me use the mic better. 1 sec. Cool. All right. Okay, great. So, Simaprit, right?
Simar is good.
Thank you. Awesome. So thank you for joining me. So today we're gonna do, I assume you want to do mock interview for product design interview, right?
Yeah, I was told that it is just a pitch, 30-second pitch that I have to prepare, but good with that too.
Oh, either way is fine. So you want to do a pitch. Okay, great. So let's do this. When we review your 30 seconds elevator pitch, before you tell me a pitch, tell me in general regarding the type of positions you want to apply for.
So I want to be in the big tech industry like Amazon, Google, or Microsoft, specifically in the cloud industry, because my experience has been in the cloud space since the last 3 years. So I want to work for AWS, Azure, or GCPs. Yeah.
Fantastic. Awesome. Okay, so tell me your 30 seconds elevator pitch.
Okay, so I'm Simar. I'm currently an MBA student at Cornell Johnson. I started my career in 2016 at Goldman Sachs in the risk division. So I was building risk calculators there on secured fundings, on derivatives, wanted to work in a more innovative and faster paced environment. So joined a 3% startup from Austin, Texas in 2019. The startup was in the cloud cost space, and we were optimizing cloud costs for Fortune 50 clients. Did some product management for 2.5 years, built my team from 3 to 22 employees, did a product revenue of around 500K. Wanted to learn more about product management, hence moved to the US and currently an MBA student.
Awesome. Okay. I love it. And currently you're still a student, right? When do you graduate?
2023, May 2023.
Okay, so you have a year from now, roughly. Okay, so I really love the impact you had. In general, when we do 30 seconds elevator pitch, we follow 4-step framework. Let's make part of what you said sounds more impressive. Okay, and also you also made a mistake towards the end in talking about, oh, I want to explore into product management. We don't say it. Well, we'll teach you how to say it better. Okay, your call to action is also can be improved. First of all, when you talk about when you get started, introduce my name is Simard. And then the next part, which is most important part, is give them the overview of your career. Instead of saying that I'm currently a student, well, of course, lots of people are student, but as a product manager, the years of experience is more important than actually I'm in school. Because I'm in school actually hurt you. It's more important, hey, I have many years experience doing ABCD product. And so give me an overview regarding how many years experience you had related product.
3 years, I would say.
How many years work experience you have in total?
5 years. 5 years of work experience, 3 years as a developer, and 2.5 years as a product manager.
Okay, great. So then total will be 5. Let's do this. I will practice because you're going for FAANG company. We really need to make it more impressive. Okay, I will give them the total years experience. I will say, my name is Samart. I have 5 years experience launching and developing technology product. Because you said launching and developing, so add up your developer experience and also your product management experience. The good part is that you have like combined background, especially when you go to FAANG companies. They really want to see the bigger impact because you're going to like work on really important product, right? So give them an overview, 5 years experience, launching with your product management and developing with your software developer. Okay, so 5 years. So sounds longer than just, oh, I'm a student, I have 2.5 years experience, right? That's like, boom, no, immediately. Now, step number 2 is that you immediately go to the most impressive stories you have in terms of, sounds like you joined a startup 3 years ago and you launched some product and grew it. You like 3 employee to 26 employee, like something like that, right? So what's your title in the product?
Product manager. Startup?
Yeah, product manager. Okay. Yeah. So what the product you have launched? It's a cloud, whatever cloud product? What type of product is it?
So it was a cloud cost optimization tool, basically. So we were dealing with Fortune 50 clients and their bills are very large, around billions of dollars or $100 million. So we used to optimize their cost by 30 to 35%. So it was
awesome.
an automation. Yeah.
Okay. So the second part is most important, impressive story of yourself. You go for, I was the 3rd employee of a fast growing startup that helps company to optimize the cloud cost by building an intelligent like AI tool, intelligent tool you had. And that company grew. I grew with a company together. We grew from 3 to 26 employees within 3 years. That's whatever percentage growth. That's how much? Almost 10% or 10 times. That's like 900% growth over 3 years. So like just quantify it, which you divide it by. That's 900% growth within 3 years. Or you can say that's 300% growth year over year. Summary. Okay, perfect. And then you also mentioned the impact in terms of revenue, right? So how much revenue that was?
So around 500K.
500K, right? 3 years, you guys together only made 500K?
No. So every year the annual revenue was around 500K, the product that I made, and the company's revenue was 1.5 million. So.
Okay. So the product you launched was 3 year total is 500K.
No, every year. Every year. Yeah.
Okay, and then 1.5 in 3 years.
Yeah.
Okay. What was the total revenue?
The total revenue was around 1.5 million, and the product that I launched had a 500K
per year. Yeah. But you were there for 3 years.
I was there for 3 years, yes.
So it should be 500K times 3, right?
Yeah.
So when number is small, you show the bigger side of the number. When number is big, you don't you can do it by year, okay? Because by year is kind of small. Because after I package your original fast growing 300% per year, and so how much revenue you made is 500. No, a little bit small, okay? So you can say, so the specific product I launched, it was the cost tool estimation saving product I launched generated $1.5 million in revenue.
Okay.
And then how much cost saving have you saved for your clients? Do you know?
Around 15 million, I would say.
15 million.
Per year.
Okay, great. Yeah. Per year. Okay, great. So that product also saved $15 million per year for our Fortune 500 clients.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's your impact. And then on top of that, sounds like you're also getting MBA. You also was a developer before. Only use one sentence to add up that part, which is, I also have very solid engineering foundation by being a software developer for 3 years. On top of that, I'm also gaining my business acumen by attending ABCD school as MBA. I am looking for ABCD, whatever, like cloud product manager position in the cloud space to do what? Basically, to create product the customer loves, or to help a big and small business, or to help small and large enterprise customers to migrate to cloud, or to create a cloud product that enable something. Okay, so tell me your two. Tell me, you want to become product manager to do what? Tell me the last part.
So my main goal was like I was managing around $80 million of cloud assets. So the thing that I want to do is 10x my vision. Like if I can manage around a $800 million cloud asset, which is very much possible if I go to AWS or if I join any big companies like Netflix, Apple, because their cloud budgets are like that.
Great, cool. Then you can say, so I want to become a product. So my goal is become a product manager so that I'm able to create a larger, I'm able to create an outstanding cloud product that impact like a larger customer base. That's it. Or impact customer that's 10 times bigger in terms of scale.
Yeah.
Okay, so that will be your pitch. Okay, so can you read out your pitch from the top for me? The new version I just gave you.
Okay, so I'll just take 10 seconds to.
Yeah, take your time.
Okay, so first I go and say like what I have done. So I have 5 years of experience launching and developing products. And after that, it was like talk about the most impactful part. So it was in the startup, and I launched a couple of products there, and the products had a 300% year-over-year growth, and the revenue that was generated over 3 years was around $1.5 million. So I was dealing mostly with Fortune 50 clients, and I saved around $15 million for them year over year. And so, and then it was currently pursuing my MBA and to update on the business acumen side of the thing, and want to get into cloud product management and handle larger consumer bases, 10xing my vision. I know it was kind of
two things. Make sure you drop in the keywords cloud. You launched whatever cloud product before, which is I launched the cloud cost like a saver tools for Fortune 500 companies. Okay. You can watch the replay later on to see the version, the better version I gave you. Now when you mention like gaining business acumen from MBA, you need to mention both engineering and business side, because as a product manager, we prefer the combination of both, but that doesn't mean that you only have one side. You cannot become a product manager. We have students come from pure engineering background, students come from pure business background, and they still become a product manager. Okay, so both like both sides works, but if at both sides, you let them know. Just do not be humble about that. Okay, so I have very solid technical foundation, but being a software engineer for 3 years. On top of that, I'm also gaining my business acumen by attending ABCD school as MBA students. I'm looking for ABCD like cloud product is have a 10 times the 10 times the impact of my consumers using cloud. Yeah. That's it.
Cool.
Perfect.
Makes
I love
sense.
it. Okay, so best of luck for your FAANG companies. So far, I know that all the cloud department of FAANG companies, they are still hiring, and just like our student A actually like last week received an offer from cloud, like Microsoft Cloud, which is Azure. Okay, so even if during the hiring freeze or reduce hiring right now, they are still doing very well for the cloud department. They are the ones that least impacted just because the consumer doesn't immediately cancel the cloud. They're too far away from the cloud, okay, at this moment. So continue to immediately take massive actions and go for those companies. Okay, best of luck.
Thank you so much, Nancy.
Awesome. No problem. Okay, great. So looks like you're not ready are you ready for you only sign up for 30 seconds elevator pitch, right? Not for the mock interview.
Yeah, I was not here for the mock interview, but
it's okay.
Yeah, I do not know how prepared I am for that. Also, but if you can guide me, I can give it a shot.
Okay, so the most all right. So everybody else and who want to do a mock interview with me, feel free to email me at nancy@drnancyle.com. Let me show the email quickly, and so we can pull other people up as well. Then we go with you as well. Where is my email? It's nancy@drnancyle.com. I think there is one slide that was missing. Oh, well, anyway, so let's just everybody remember this email, nancy@drnancyle.com. If you want to do mock interview with me. I believe we missed one slide, but anyway, email Nancy. Oh, let me put in the chat. Let me see if the chat works. Nancy at drnancyle.com. Okay, great. So yeah, if you want to get free mock interview, join me and feel free to comment there. And also feel free to put the questions in the chat as well. We're going to answer all those questions. I believe we have like 10 different questions coming in already. Okay, so on both channels, LinkedIn and also YouTube, feel free to put your questions there. Now, at the same time, let me do this. Let me quickly guide you regarding the first most important questions Microsoft would ask. Okay, Microsoft, Amazon AWS, or Google Cloud, they will ask you this question. So tell me your experience launching and developing a technology product from concept to execution.
Okay, so I can give it a shot. So launching and developing a technology product. So, hi Nancy, this is Simar, and I'll take you to my experience launching and developing a tech product. This is in January 2021, I assume. And at that time, as a product manager, I was looking into the Azure space on the reservation side specifically. So let me just give you a quick introduction. What does that mean? So if I go to an Airbnb, I'm just taking a parallel example, and book a hotel for a night, it is like $100, let's say. But if you book it for 30 days, so the price gets reduced. Like they give you some concession on it, like 20% concession, let's say. In the same way, there are reservations on cloud. Like if you book a instance or a virtual machine for a period of 3 years, or using resource on the cloud for 3 years, you get around a 60 to 70% discount. So that was a space, because I was dealing with Fortune 50 clients, I was seeing that in the Azure space, no one is using reservations, and they can save them up to 60% on their cloud bill. So I went ahead and talked to 3 or 4 of our clients and was asking them what is their pain point, or why are they not using this feature. So they got back that the risk is very high. If we commit to it, and if we do not use it, then we lose all the money, because we have committed for 3 years. So as a product manager, I was exploring this space, reading a lot on the Azure side. How does it work? And I saw that the risk was low, actually. Like because of my previous experience with math and risk management at Goldman Sachs, I was actually able to reduce the risk to around 5% of loss. that they will lose money. So I pitched it to our CEO, that I want to move ahead. And in our startup, how things worked was like you have to get customer approval or customer sign off before building any product. So before going to the Fortune 50 companies, I decided to pitch it to a startup, which we were managing, because startups are easier to get onboarded. And one of the startup actually agreed. I showed them that I can save them around $1,000 a month by using reservations. They agreed on it, and I got my sign off from the CEO. And we started. My engineering team wrote the specs for them, like how to build this product. Over the next 2 months, there was a lot of R&D in that space, but we built it, and we were actually saving them around $1,000 a month. Then I pitched to a mid-sized company, like a 400 employee company, and we sold it to them also. And then we were saving them around $30,000 a month. And then I pitched it to a Fortune 50 client, Accenture, and with them, pitching them was slightly tougher because getting the technology team onboarded, getting their business side onboarded. But it was kind of a very long and fun experience. Like for me, the learning was very great to get the business side onboarded, that the risk is very low. We executed around a $30 million contract with them, which was saving them around $2.5 million a year. So from the complete launch, like it was a very scrappy product, but we built on it, and then it is now generates around 25% of revenue for our company. So that is a product that I built from scratch.
Okay. I like the fact that you had the number to support how impressive the product is, the ones you have launched, and I really like it. Another good part is that you use analogy for people to easily understand what does this mean in terms of saving money for the cloud reservation. So those parts are good. But what's missing is that you are missing what the FAANG company's product launch framework. There's 3 phases for people to take a product from concept to execution in FAANG companies. If your goal is join FAANG companies, you need to understand how exactly to do that. Even if it starts as a startup, it's very scrappy. But even if scrappy, you need to redo the FAANG level. Okay, so in FAANG companies, you start with the 3 phases. I take a concept I take a product from concept to execution. So phase number 1 is ideation. Number 2, I build MVP. Number 3 is about the launch. So okay. What I did in those 3 phases is that when I developed the cloud cost saving tools, I discovered a huge pain point in phase 1, which is really around the ideation from the customer's pain point perspective, right? So let me tell you exactly, for example, as an analogy for you to understand what's the pain point for our customers. If you book things on Airbnb, you can book for 30 days, you can save 50% of your cost. But there's a huge pain point that from our customers, they're not taking advantage of the huge discount from Azure or other cloud space. Was because they're afraid of losing their money because they reserve everything upfront. However, they're also losing the opportunities of saving money. But this leads to a fantastic opportunities for my company to explore. So what I decide to do is that I continue to do customer interviews among all the customers we are aware of. And everybody said about the same pain point. And then I have my MVP idea. Okay. Yeah, you had your keywords MVP. Then I have my MVP idea, which is, for example, you didn't describe how you solve the problem. You just said that you help them to save money. I don't know how exactly. You should make it very specific. My MVP idea is run a simulation risk analysis model to give them the optimized amount of compute they can run by reserving upfront. And then on what are the variation of the fluctuation of a compute they can run for the normal prices. So together using this model, they're able to optimize the cost saving. Did I guess it correctly, your simulation model?
Yes, perfectly.
Yes, I know lots of product. Yes, that's what I guess. It's like you need to tell them it is a simulation model that has a derivation of basic cost and variation that together is a tool helps them to save money. You didn't describe, you just tell them that I came from like JP Morgan, have risk. But hey guys, tell me what the product is. Your product is a simulation model, has 2 layers, mathematics telling them how to save money. Right? So that's your MVP. All right. So now phase 2, which designing the MVP. So I work with I work with some engineering teams to craft out the high level MVP and start to get buy-in and get feedback from our early adopters. They include some startups. And then after we get verification and the sign up from startups, give me my boost of confidence that we should invest more money to develop a full scale of those like an MVP turn into an MP. And in the process, I continue to get feedback from even larger customers, such as small, medium companies, and continue to get many more like customer sign up. These lead to our cash flow, continue to invest into our final launch of the product, which is whatever product which has end-to-end solutions and simulation, yada yada, your final product, which is this. And then we start to use the same product to target the Fortune 500 companies. Now, so the phase 3 is product launch. How we launch this product to Fortune 500 company is, tell me how exactly you do that.
Okay. So when we launched this product to the Fortune 50 company, so the structure had to be very structured. So I actually simulated those savings that can be there and found a minimum level of risk that we can take, like to reduce the risk to 1% level by just taking what is the stable compute over the last 6 months.
No. When you launch a product, it's about launching. How did you launch a product to 50 or 100 Fortune 500 company? How do you launch it to the market? Tell me.
Okay. So for launching it, it was just completely automated in our systems. Like there was, if you just log into your system, you could to our application, you could see that this is a potential savings that you could get, and we had a weekly.
That's onboarding. So launching to customers means that how do you gain the market share to make customers to open their wallet?
This is something that the customer success team or the marketing team looked into it. For me, my role was basically around whatever clients that we had, I was going and selling the product to them, like by showing them that.
Okay. So you need to go back to your team to understand exactly the GTM strategy. Okay. So now let me lay out potential GTM strategy. That's my guess. It's likely that's how they do it. Okay. So when we launched the product, we start to do 2 things. So first of all, we had a specific like early adopter type of companies. They are more likely to be like fintech company, yada yada. You whenever we launch a product, we do not just, hey, everybody in the world just buy product from me. No, usually you're right. Your sales teams, your sales and marketing team has the entire market segmentation. They'll be like, oh, you know what? So let's reach out to people we have prior experience with, or let's reach out to certain companies that we already had like lower hanging fruit, something like that. They must know who is the priorities. Okay, so you need to understand who is the priorities. Not to everybody, must be somebody who use them in robotics industry because they have prior experience with it. Whatever you want to describe, right? 2 phases launch. Phase number 1, we discover like lower hanging fruit who are more likely to purchase our product. They are ABCD type of company, like industry with prior experience, whatever, filling the right information. Okay. All right. So now step number 2 is that we use the direct sales methodology. When you go sales, there are several ways. So inside PMA Accelerator, we teach people 4 ways to do sales. Okay. So when you sell, it's likely, I made it up, it's likely that we use the relationship-based direct sales methodology. So our sales guy reach out to our target customers by giving them free demo and then lead them into the trial period of our product, and then eventually close the deal. So using this methodology, we're able to quickly lock down the early adopters, and then we use the same methodology to scale to all the Fortune 500 companies within the United States.
Okay.
And then you end up with one impact, which is by now, which we have many impacts. So by now, our product was able to save whatever, like $15 million, for $80 million for our Fortune 500 companies. This represents 25% revenue of the company. Boom.
Yeah, makes sense. Now that you have mentioned the go-to-market strategy, so one strategy that our company used to follow was like, so there are this cloud conference that keep on going, like AWS reInvent, Azure Ignite, and then FinOps conferences. So we had a booth in those conferences, and I was there in 2 of those. So is it okay to say that?
Yes, you should. Your strategy, if first of all, you really need to understand what exactly happened. If that's your strategy, I will put it into one of the strategy. For example, the way we attract. So we put it into 2 ways to attract our early adopters. Number one is that on top of the funnel, we try to go to like developer conferences specialized in cloud to capture everybody who's interested in the cloud space, that as a lead generation by attending those conferences. After we generate all the leads that go to the middle of the funnel, our sales teams will go in to do demo and show them how much money they're able to save if they start working with us. The bottom of the funnel is myself go in. I was also acting salesperson to close the deal on the spot. So the top of funnel, middle funnel, and bottom funnel.
I get it now.
Yeah, which is also we teach inside PM Accelerator. So you're getting lots of free coaching today. Everybody, please take notes. Okay, so that's your GTM strategy. You need to have some kind of strategy. You cannot just I go in, I talk to sales guy, tell me to do it. So I just solve problem for anything you want me to do. Like that doesn't sound strategic for the fan level.
I get it.
Okay, so the funnel model I just told you, that's very strategic.
Yes. Okay,
cool. All right, so that's your story. Okay, so let's answer other questions, and I also want to touch upon regarding product design questions. Anybody who want to do product design mock interview should have emailed me. Let me quickly check my email, and we'll also go through all the pre-submitted questions. Let me make sure we Oh, by the way, how do you submit the request to get free coaching like this from me? Is that in the description of this the YouTube live, you should have this link where you can submit a form. That's how Smart joined us today. Okay, everybody can do the same thing as well. Let me quickly, Smart, thank you very much for joining us. Feel free to stay on the call, and please also give more thumb up, like likes, whatever, shares of our YouTube videos moving forward. At the same time, let me see who else have any other questions. Let me pull up my deck. Cool, let me bring up this. Hold on. So let me share my deck quickly. Okay, so let's go through the questions ahead of time. Let me see. Want to improve for you how to get PM without having a certification? How to get internship at PM? How can we getting hired at FAANG as a PM? How to show seniority level during interview? How would you explain more about GTM framework? Did people listen to this? Ask more question about GTM framework. How to answer design execution favorite product is improved type of. Oh, let me answer this question first. Okay, so because this is more relevant to today's question about product design interview questions, which is this question, fantastic, covers everything. How to answer design execution and favorite product and its improvement type of interview questions. Great. So how to answer product design and favorite product and execution, they use very different frameworks. So let me give you guys an overview. So product design type of like questions, and you need to have a quick understanding of the customer segmentation. So of course you elaborate which is the goals and mission of the company, comprehend the situation, and the next part is have a customer segmentation. When you do customer segmentation, you do use the methodology two-sided marketplace, which we teach intensively inside PM Accelerator. So which is the two-sided marketplace means, let's say you design Google Maps. There are people who actually like us every day using Google Maps. There's also people on the other side who provide information on Google Maps, which is businesses, lots of people, right? And so those kind of info, or maybe the infrastructure, the government, maybe the traffic lights information, so that the other side who provides information, who consumes information, that's called two-sided marketplace. Then you continue to sub-decompose your users within different groups. And then you use different, then you prioritize each groups to understand their needs, and then you pick only one to design your final product. There is free training. Let me go to my, where is my YouTube? Oh, something, get rid, and let me go here. So let me go to YouTube and share my screen. Then you guys just can see this. Okay, so let me share my screen. Oh, by the way, latest information for all of you guys. Amazon also start to ask product case interviews. We'll put a design, the same kind of interview questions. The Amazon also start to ask system design questions to my students. Okay, who's interviewing and landing offer from Amazon, please get ready. Of course, Amazon still do 14 principal behavior interview questions, but depends on the teams. My student actually land offer in both AWS and also Azure cloud space. They will ask those kind of cloud questions. Okay, or one of them I'm working for AWS was asked system design using cloud type of questions. You guys need to get ready. Okay, and now, so here is the example. You must watch. Where's the free training? But I mentioned interview questions and answers. Okay, must watch this one. Sample answers. Is my, froze you. Okay, so this one with this icon. So the sample answers is here. So in this video, I gave you specific examples. How do I define the two-sided marketplace? So how do I talk about different kind of needs and pain points? And you really need to identify those sub-segmentations of user groups and prioritize. I also give you different framework. And then you also need to quickly touch upon the high level, a pain point, and then you prioritize and you talk about specific pain point for the group you prioritize. Okay, so this is must watch videos and see the examples regarding, pain points, yada, yada. You need to be very specific. Okay, so watch this must watch training, and 500 likes, thank you. And I share with everybody else. I get more likes as well. Okay, must watch questions and watch it multiple times. I have students actually watch this 5 times. So do that. Okay, now next question regarding the execution. Let me bring the deck up. Where's my deck? Hold on, guys. My slides is gone. Sorry. Where's my slide? Where's my slide deck again? Interesting. Okay, let me get it. Did I? Oh, full screen. Sorry. I have my deck ready. It's full screen. I couldn't find it. Okay, let me do this. Let me share the screen for the deck again to answer this question. Okay, so this question about execution. Okay, so when we talk about execution, the way we do it is called my computer science PhD framework. And let me just type here so you guys can understand is I invent my own framework, my CS PhD framework, my computer science PhD framework for product execution question. So here I give you an overview. My computer science PhD framework stands for the mission and why, CS called customer segmentation. P means priorities, means North Star metrics. H stands for product health metrics, and D stands for de-risk, any kind of risk involved. Okay, and then we usually follow with CC. CC stands for cannibalization and also counter metrics. All right, so those are our framework. Now within execution, I have a video which I mentioned some examples of the similar type of questions. Let me share it here. So in the Facebook interview questions, I gave more examples of, let me go to my YouTube channel. Wow, this is so slow. My channel. Okay, so the Facebook interview top 20 here in this one, top 20 Facebook product manager interview questions and database. So over there, I gave you some quick examples of like execution, my computer science PhD framework, and also like example two-sided marketplace and something happening here. Okay, so go to this video and learn more. And now, what's your favorite product and how to improve it? I have a sample answer in my YouTube channel today because we're out of time. Looks like we have how many? Gosh, I have 20 questions. 20 questions. So let me speed up. Okay, so what's your favorite product and how to improve it? There is a sample answer. You should watch the video actually at least 5 times. Seriously, because I go through the framework very quickly and short and concise. Where is the interview favorite? What's your favorite product? Google Product Manager interview question, what's your favorite Web3 crypto product and how to improve it? I also have how to improve it, which I use Uniswap as an example. It's pretty good. Okay, so watch the framework here that tells you how you describe your favorite product. Sometimes it's not about the feature. Sometimes it's about what are the users and what type of users you belong to, how would you improve it for what type of reasons based on the user pain point. Okay, so watch out and check out this video and Google Product Manager interview, Web3, Product Manager, how to improve it. So what's your favorite product? You should be able to find it. Okay, give more likes and sum up. Okay, only 63, make it 630. Okay, so let's do this. Yeah, you have all the answers on my YouTube channel. Go just like binge watch all the questions. Okay, so let's also go through as a slideshow. All right, everybody else still please put your questions in the chat. I believe my system will put all the questions in the chat. Now we have 20 questions. Feel free to put it there. We're going to answer all your questions today. Okay, so next question. Want to figure out if PM is a good fit for me? Good question. And who asked this question, feel free to provide specific background. Okay, so at the same time, let me show you. Actually, we have even more resources. And there are, again, almost all your questions. I have a free training for you. So funny. Decide if for management is for me. A steps, this one. A steps to decide, should I become product manager with no prior experience? Watch this video right now. Okay, but now in a high level, let me see who asked this question. Did you provide background information? So let me see. Do you provide background information? Whoever is watching this, please provide your background information. Okay, so that I can tell you exactly how to decide. And especially it's more about comparison. Compare with what? All right, so let me just, without the background information, let me just do high level explanation. How to decide if the PM is good for you or not. So number one, there's like 8 steps goes into it, but most important part, step number 1 is that do you really enjoy building products that impacting people's life? I'm serious. I am very, very serious. There's a huge difference between consultant and PM. Consultant is serving, majority of them are serving executives who pays you to do work for them, give you $1 million, $2 million check to do something for them. Lots of time you're making PowerPoint deck. I know I like to make fun of my consultant students. Yes, they do this. So they're mainly serving executives, creating ideas, strategies for them to make more money from company's perspective. Product managers really love creating product from the consumers, from the end users, from the customer's perspective. If you really love helping people solving their problems, you'd better to become a product manager instead of consultant. Seriously, consulting is helping corporation to make more money. So you gotta love like creating product. I fell in love with creating product every single day. I love it. I can talk about this topic every single day. You should really enjoy your job before you actually go to job every single day. Job shouldn't just be a job that just pays you a paycheck because you have the rest of 40 years. I assume you start to work at 20 something. Yeah, rest of 40 years working on a job, job. Okay, so the job should be aligned with your passion. I personally believe that. I got a pleasure to actually work on my passion, which is education, and also I love product, talking about product management. You guys should really love product before you even become a product manager. Now, second, product manager is also leadership position. Product manager actually knows how to influence without authorities. You are under the high pressure, deliver the best product, and you also have a team of engineers, designers, marketers who work with you together. So you are a people leader, and which is very, very important role of the whole company, especially for tech companies. Number three, product managers. Actually, product managers also really enjoys getting hands dirty when necessary, and then they also can start to like go 500 feet to empower the whole team. So let me give you an example. As a product manager, you could be a quarterback. Yeah, you are the quarterback of a football field, the entire team. So you're directing the whole team. When necessary, you need to give public speaking, speeches, you need to give some inspiring stories for the entire team to get aligned. And then when necessary, you need to do the specific work in terms of writing requirement, working with engineers, or sometimes you need to train your sales team. Sometimes you do sales by yourself. When I started my PM career, in order to sell my product to early adopters, I do sales by myself. But I really enjoy this because product management is more end-to-end experience. The goal is really serving the end users, your customers. So you do many different roles as a product manager when necessary. Okay, so yeah, the three things about product management. I want you to watch the video. I show you the 8 steps to decide if you're a PM. So go check it out as well. Okay, so how to get a job as a product manager without having a certification? And do I need to attend MBA to become a PM? No, you definitely do not need an MBA to become PM. Feel free to go to my YouTube channel. I have a student actually she was thinking about go to MBA, and we saved her $200,000. Okay, she didn't go to MBA. She became a product manager at American Express and saved her $200,000 MBA tuition. All right, so you do not need an MBA at all to become a PM. But when do you need an MBA is maybe you go for a consulting type of role, like McKinsey type of role, you need an MBA because they feel like it sounds more fancy. Or you go to MBA schools for networking purposes. Your alumni might be more valuable in the long run, okay? Not for the purpose to become a PM. I believe that you're able to save money by directly attending Product Manager Accelerator. You guys should totally check it out by go to my website, darknesslee.com to learn more, okay? And then instead of spending $200,000 for the purpose become a PM, okay? Now, how to get a job as a product manager without having a certification. You actually do not need certification at all to become a PM. What's most important is that you need to build your product portfolio to gain product management experience and show them actually you know the end-to-end process as a product manager, what does it look like in FAANG companies, even if you work for a startup or even if it's a side project, you need to learn the most effective, the FAANG company's methodology to build a product and also like do some like product portfolio to demonstrate you have mastered those experience. That's way more like important than a certification. You really do not need a certification. Like 99% of my students do not have a certification to become a PM. Okay, they have certification because I give them a certification so that they can connect with their alumni through PM Accelerator, but you don't need it to become a PM for sure. Okay. Now, how to get internship as a PM. I also have a video about how to get a PM intern. Everything you asked, I have a video about it. First of all, let me quickly share the full end-to-end video. Very funny. Everything you asked about, I have it. You guys should explore my YouTube channel. So everything. In turn, you go to my channel and hold on. I have product manager. So you can search this intern product manager, Dr. Nancy Lee. See, first one coming up. Any topics you want to put in and put my name, you probably have answers already. How to get a product manager internship with no experience. Right here, everything. Okay, give more likes, make it like 1,490 likes. Okay, increase this number, hey guys, times 10. Okay, so how to get a PM internship with no experience, dun, right here. So I explain in details. So let me just quickly answer this question. How to get an internship with a PM immediately? You need to understand in your past, like schools, whatever experience, how much you have done is relevant to product management. You really need to speak the language product managers as soon as possible, okay? And then you also need to really leverage the networking strategies to pitch yourself to like the right companies or hiring managers or startups or big or small, medium companies using the networking strategies to land those interviews. And then during the interviews, you really need to understand what is the best methodology for you to show them the transferable skills. For example, people ask your experience in terms of your like product management experience, how you turn product from concept to execution. Even if you don't have experience, you probably have some project you did in the past. Okay, so give them some example, just like how I train SMART today in terms of answering those interviewing questions. Okay, so there are different like steps I put in this training, free training, just put it in, intern product manager, Dr. Nancy Lee, everything is there. Great, awesome. So, oh, quick question, Shimar, do you have your internship already?
I'm doing a 1-year MBA. So there's no scope. It's an accelerated one.
Okay, immediately apply for jobs in August. I need to film a video about timing. Okay, so FAANG companies start the entry level PM position. They start, especially fresh graduates, starting in August. You need to get started. Get ready. Get started now. So August was the doors open. Last year they closed the APM application by the end of August already. And September 1st, they already have interviews. So everybody needs to get ready in August. Don't even miss it. You gotta miss the boat. So August is the early start date. I need to make a video about this so you guys will get ready. Gotta get ready early.
I had one question for you, Nancy. For college graduates, there's an experience section at the top, like what defines you, like what are you passionate about? For college students, do they need to have it or they directly begin with the school for FAANG level applications?
They complete everything. They ask, I believe for college students, they will do both. They still like what your school, everything, and then they still want to test who you are in terms of applications. And also each company is slightly different. I believe they have both. They have both. Who has student getting in? Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, I meant when you submit your resume, because you just submit a resume to the portal. So do we need to write the experience like Simmer is an excellent problem solver and tries to solve pain points of customers, or for college students, the experience does not matter. They need to start from school.
Oh, no. Experience matters significantly. That's why I talk about product portfolio. We also have a video about product portfolio. Go to my channel. Just product portfolio, Dr. Nancy Lee is everything. Just put my name.
Cool.
So yes, for college students, you need to talk about your prior experience, product portfolio or internship, anything has something to do with product management. That's very important. Yes.
Cool. Thank you.
Very, very important. Good question. Okay. So let's go through the questions. Dun, 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 dun. Where is my deck? Share. Where I am sharing my deck. Oh, can people see my deck now? I think I'm sharing, right? You guys can see my deck. Oh, I think you can see my deck. Yes, I'm sharing my deck. Okay, so how can you get hired at FAANG company as a PM? Okay, this is a very long tail answer questions. Let me see if I can summarize in 3 steps. Okay, so in summary, so people, very exciting. Very exciting. So in PM Accelerator, we have the most FAANG offers ever compared with any other programs. What happened in May, we had 20 offers. 5 of those came from FAANG companies, 5 out of 20, which 25% of our offers came from FAANG companies. All right. So we know exactly how to get hired at FAANG company. How can we summarize in 3 steps? So step number 1, increase your scope of your current job that matching the FAANG level skills. Step number 2 is that you need to practice those product case, product design interviews, because the FAANG company, they do lots of those FAANG cases, product design execution strategies. They ask you questions regarding, if you're the CEO of Uber, what would you do? Like, so last weekend we did like the product strategy cases. If the CEO of something, what would you do? So those are very tough questions. Step number 3 is that you really need to use a networking strategy to get an interview in FAANG companies. It's just very, very challenging process to even get selected for an interview. So which means you need to increase your branding, your LinkedIn branding, networking strategies to get in, and also getting referrals. Inside our program, actually, we have lots of referrals for the people who are qualified for FAANG companies. Now, how to show my seniority and level of ownership during interview? Oh, fantastic questions. Okay, great. So in order to show how senior you are and level of ownership during the interviews, the way it works is that you need to show 3 things. First of all, the number of people you have managed, that shows how senior you are. If you're an individual contributor, you can mention in terms of the team, cross-functional team you have worked with. If your team is very big, it's pretty senior. And second, you can start to mention in terms of the revenue scope or the number of customers. Maybe, let's say your revenue is low, but the impact to customers is big. That's very important. And third, you should also show the end-to-end experience you have. Okay, so for example, the level of ownership, seniority, all of those are shown depends on the end-to-end experience and how many different products under your product portfolio. So for example, as a director, and I have portfolio of product, many different things goes under my product portfolio. So that shows your ownership. Okay, of course, if you're not director, the more end-to-end experience you have, the more ownership, the more senior you are. Okay, how would you please explain more about the GTM framework? Okay, so GTM framework, so inside PM Accelerator, we have, I think 9 steps. This 9 steps goes into the GTM framework. And here, let me teach you the most typical one of those 9 things we had covered. The GTM framework has a top of funnel, middle funnel, and bottom funnel in a high level. Okay. Anytime when we talk GTM means go-to-market strategies, which means if you have a product, how would you go to market to make lots of people, majority of the users, to use your product and increase your market share? In order to achieve that purpose, you need to identify how would you have the top of funnel, how would you have lots of people being aware of the product. Middle funnel is conversion into someone who kind of consider and engage your product. Bottom of the funnel is for people who actually like start to maybe pay for your product or do some onboarding. Basically, it's someone getting converted into your cycle of product using the product. So that's different funnel. The funnel is very important in terms of GTM. Whenever you go for like executive presentation after you become a PM, or you already like going to interview, actually the interview is a very good reflection of how much you know about product management. You should totally throw out this GTM framework I just taught you for free. Okay. You will impress the interviewer. Lots of people don't even know how to describe the GTM strategy. Oh, did I skip questions? The GTM framework, we answered this question. Next question. My background in software engineering. How do I position my answer to show PM experience and how to nail the interviews? It doesn't have to be FAANG companies. Okay. Step number one, if you are a software engineer, let's say it doesn't have to be FAANG companies. It's okay, of course. The other 75% of my students do not get into FAANG. The other 25% they got in. So what do the 75% people do? What if I don't want to get into FAANG company? If you're a software engineer, step number one is that when you're a software engineer, did you gain past experience by owning something? Could be a feature, could be a process. The ownership is very important. Did you launch anything that's internal product? This is also very relevant. You should ask yourself, do some self-evaluation. Have you done anything regarding product management? Okay. Step number two is that you really need to speak the language product managers before you even go into an interview. So which means that you need to learn the framework, like FAANG level framework. Doesn't have to FAANG, but we teach people of the FAANG company framework because everybody's following the best methodology. So you need to follow the FAANG company framework to understand what is the best industry standard to build a product, so that when people ask you why you do this, how do you think about this, you don't answer question from the angle of software engineer. I have very, very fun story for you guys. It's so funny. So I think last week we did resume review with one of my students. She was also a software engineer. And we started to teach her what's a product management methodology. And then she turned her past experience into more product management style as we teach her. And then I asked her this question. So this is a bullet point. So why you did so many presentations to stakeholders? And she just answered out of her heart without thinking, which gave a clue she was a software engineer. She said, oh, because I want to show stakeholders I finished my job. I was like, that's a software engineer. You finish your job, so you tell the stakeholder, I did it. So that's why you do a demo of your product so that you're done with your coding. That's very software engineer angle. Okay. Well, product manager was saying, why do you have a meeting? Why you demo your product to show your stakeholders? Same type of questions. Like product manager would say the following, saying that, oh, you know what? Because I want to make sure we have cross-functional alignment, align regarding the product vision, product execution strategy, product launch strategy. So it's important I organize a meeting to demonstrate my product to all the stakeholders. Same type of questions. If you say it from the angle of software engineer, you immediately just eliminate it. So, oh, crazy, this is software engineer. Okay, so learn what's the right way, how product managers think and talk and design their entire experience before you even walk into interview. Okay, and finally, you should also build some product portfolio to demonstrate you actually know how to do product management. So my philosophy is that you need to learn it before you make it, not fake it until you make it, because we can tell. I interview hundreds of product managers, become a PM, and we can tell someone is faking it. So you actually need to learn how to do it before you even become one. So learn it first. Okay, how to answer with confidence and convert your past experience into relevant stories in the interview. Very good question. So how to answer with confidence? Okay, so the two parts of confidence. Okay, their confidence you're naturally born with. The other part is you gain confidence. Okay, we don't have people natural to be confident. Maybe they're born that way. But how to gain confidence is that you're gonna learn it before you make it. I'm very serious. If you talk to yourself saying that, oh shit, I don't even know. Oh God, censor this. I don't even know how to become a product manager, or I don't even know how to do the job. I kind of did writing requirements. You talk to yourself. You feel like you don't even know how to do it. You definitely will show that you are not confident in the interview. So therefore, you're better to learn it. Just, oh, that's how people write requirements. Oh, I never write requirement this way. Let me do homework. Do the requirement in the right way. And then when you go into an interview, you are much more confident, present your past experience to say, this is how I did it using the right methodology. Some part of this, I didn't do it when I was there, but I built a product portfolio or how I bridged the gap. You know what's the right way. And then you convince others. Yeah, for example, you say, we didn't do the whole end-to-end. I only start from concept to MVP, not the launch part. Then you go into interview, you own it. You can tell them that for this specific product, I did like 3 phases launch process, and the last phase, the launch. Well, I collaborate with some other people, and they finished launch marketing and did it. But I know the funnel process, the GTM strategy, how to launch product. I design the strategy, then execute, right? So you need to own the part you don't know, demonstrate you have the right knowledge, and also start to gain hands-on experience designing the GTM strategy or anything you don't have ahead of time. That's how you gain confidence, and that's how the interviewer understands, this person has like majority product management, she's only missing the launch process, which is not the bad thing because she already learned how to do it, and then sounds like she knows what she's talking about. Let's make sure she can move to the next round. So that's how you talk about it in a confident way, convert your past experience by really learning ahead of time. Okay, I believe that's the most important thing. How to make portfolio and pick up case studies. Okay, so there's what's my portfolio? And there's a video about portfolio. Okay, so let's teach you how to search. Do this. Product portfolio, any topic about product management, you put it in and put my name right here. The first one, product portfolio, Dr. City. This one, 2 people is watching right now. Awesome. Okay, so how to build a product portfolio. And so at here, I give you more examples. And then there are, where's the 13 different things? In the description, 13 project you can use to build a product portfolio. You should click this and download those projects, okay, and use those to create your product portfolio. Very, very critical. Am I sharing my screen? I'm not. Sorry. Sorry. Okay, so right here, go to YouTube, product portfolio, Dr. Nancy Lee, and then you will find search the very first one coming up, this video. Okay, and in the description of this video, you click the 13 project you can build your product portfolio. Okay, so then you can download, and we're going to email to you in our automated system. Okay, so let me do that some more than sharing. Now let me share again. This is a different question. This question again. And pick up case studies. You can do some cases on my YouTube channel. There's several cases I did before. You can see those old cases. Inside PM Accelerator, we have 60 different kind of live cases we did in the past. You have more cases there, but there are few on my YouTube channel. You should take it. You could take a look. How to create UX strategy. What is the UX strategy? User experience strategy is an interview question. How to create user experience strategy. Okay, so is this a product management interview questions? How to design, how to create a UX strategy? I don't think this is a product manager interview question. If this is you can create the UX strategy starting from the customers first, and then what the different customer segmentations, and then how would you do research regarding your current product, right? So, right, different kind of like user studies you can do, small group discussion you can do, so collect feedback from your customers. You can also send off the survey or customer interviews to have them to walk through your product, and then you learn it from the experience, and you can create your entire like a UX design and new strategies for you to create a better UX. How to elevate a pitch similar UX research startup. MAB experiment, BA experience for new grads. Sounds so weird. How to do elevator pitch to similar UX research startup. Please complete the sentences. And BA experience for new grad. Is this not product management interview questions? Sounds so weird. And the sentence wasn't complete. Okay, so in summary, so when you do the elevator pitch, you do the same thing. The pitch methodology is the same. You just need to understand what is the impact, what's your most impressive story, how it's relevant to the job positions you're applying for. Okay, we don't cover UX BA for today, but it's same framework. Cool. All right. So it looks like that's all the questions we have. Let me see. Do we have more questions on? Oh, I have one more question. Okay. So one more question. Let me put it on my deck. Let me share my deck quickly. Okay, this question. Okay, the last question we have, my team just put it on for me. Can you please tell me what is the best way to transition from a business analyst to PM, and some tips would be good to start? Okay, great. Awesome. And actually we had several students, many students transition from business analyst to PM. Congratulations. Many of the things you have done in the past is very, very relevant to product management for sure, 200%. Okay, this happened multiple times to our past students. The way you would do it is number one, you seriously need to learn what does product manager do without knowing what exactly they do. What's the right way to build a product? Like how was a FAANG company doing their product management? It's extremely hard for you to just say things out of blue. Okay, learn it first. Number one, learning. Number two, as a product, as a business analyst, you need to think about what's your past experience that's relevant to product management. And for example, you have collected customer requirements and you document it, you communicate with the engineering team or other cross-functional teams. So that's a very good skill that's very relevant to product management. Okay. And number three is that you should build a product portfolio. And this happened to one of our students. She also became our mentor. She was a business analyst for 8 years. We turned her past experience as a business analyst into product portfolio following the product management framework, the 3-phase product launch framework. And then that demonstrate, even if her title was business analyst, you have done many things that's relevant to product management. And that's exactly like what the like big tech companies doing as a product manager. And then it's much more confident for you to present how much you have done is relevant to product management. And it's also much confident for you to directly tell others that's your impact you have in the past and how it's relevant to product management. Okay, so that's the most important thing you need to do right now. And then I believe we answered all the questions. Cool. Let me double check. Do we have all the questions? Cool. Thank you. Yes, thank you for our TA to help us out. Awesome. Great. So let me have one more thing. I believe. Let me share again. Cool. Okay. So final reminder. So for you guys who are looking for mock interview partners, feel free to go to the free groups. You guys can take a screenshot right now. Okay, so WeChat group and LinkedIn group, you can take a screenshot right now and then join those groups and find mock interview partners. Especially you guys have whoever have an interview coming up. This is very important. Okay, you find the right people to do it, and then at the same time download this 50 FAANG interview questions database. Go to this website, drnancy.com/50FAANG. You're able to download all the 50 FAANG interview questions database for you to get practice. It's very important. Okay, getting paid those $300,000 job is very difficult, so you need to practice as fast as possible. And also for anybody who's interested in PMA Accelerator, go to this website, drnancy.com/masterclass, to learn more about how would you able to land your dream permanent job offer and strive in it in 60 days. See if you qualify for our PMA Accelerator program. Okay, awesome. Right, let me stop sharing now. All right, thank you for joining us. Thank you, Smart, and best of luck for your upcoming interviews. And so get ready. And August is the biggest prime season. Okay, best of luck and keep me posted. Okay, just comment on my YouTube channel, keep me posted about how they go. Okay, awesome.
Thank you, Nancy. It was great.
No problem. Talk to you guys soon. All right, have a good night. See you guys. Bye.